This was one of the worst gameplay trailers of all time. A lot of people said, that's it? And I don't blame them. Now, of course, they showed a few new things, but outside of what we saw with college football, I mean, the only difference is probably presentation, of course, between the two and cosmetic looks. Other than that, you guys are literally getting the same goddamn game. And if you guys can't see that, you guys are blind as hell. And the only other differences is rosters and, of course, adapting to the rules between NFL and college. During this trailer, they sped it up at the end to the point where you couldn't even see what they implemented that's new, when none of that stuff that you couldn't see clearly wasn't new. It's all the same things that we're having in college football 25. Don't complain to me about, oh, college football 25 is different because they got the crowd noise. Well, that's a tradition thing. We literally had that in Madden with the home field advantage. It's exactly the same, just different UI elements. As in, college football has the stadium pulse, but in Madden, it was just a meter based off home field advantage. For example, Kansas City Chiefs, but you had a crowd noise that just pretty much affected the play art. Same exact thing in college football 25. Like I said, it's just the user interface is showcased in college football 25 compared to not being showcased in Madden. Let's revisit some things that you guys may notice that's different or not. So, of course, in Madden, they have to adapt to the new rule for kickoffs, and you guys clearly see it here. Just showcasing where the players are lined up during the kickoff. Now, this is very odd for the Steelers to have Justin Fields on kickoff return. Yes, people were having quarterbacks on kickoff return, so they're either implementing the fact that you can position change players on kickoff returns, or this is just meant to showcase that, of course, there's trickery now back into Madden. Guys, this is nothing different. We used to have this feature, and this has been as well in college football. And now that they're implementing something that we used to have back into Madden, it doesn't surprise me. They're good at doing this. But it is what it is on that, and you guys can take it for what it is and what you guys think on that as well. Now, they emphasize on two things, field sense and boom tech. It's kind of new, but it's actually not. With field sense, we basically had this implemented in Madden 20 when they first introduced the quarterback signatures for pre-snap, walk up to the line animations, and of course their cadence calls. Now, this wasn't really catered to the new players, new rookies that was coming to the league. It was catered mostly to the veteran quarterbacks because they had everything that was signature catered to them. So they had a unique way of how they sound for pre-snap cadence and of course their walk-up animation. It seems like they're bringing this back for basically everybody now, and it's great to have this back, and of course having a cadence call for each individual quarterbacks with their own unique calls. But come on now, we basically had this. It's just they're going back and implementing it more back into that tradition for all these quarterbacks because it is the NFL, and they probably wanted these certain individual quarterbacks to have their real life perspective counterpart of their likeness. Now, going back to field sense, the one new thing that I've noticed, even though they improved on that a little bit, is how the defensive players continuously move, making, audible calls, just like real life counterparts. That's what you want to see. It's a little detail that makes the game a little bit more impressive, which you guys are going to see right here. Now, I don't know why EA did not showcase this in the gameplay trailer. Isn't the whole point you're supposed to showcase what's new in the game, and yet they didn't showcase it? So, this is great. I applaud them for having this literally in the game, but, it may be a game changer or not, depending on if this is part of as well the disguise for the defense. So it's harder for the offensive players to figure out what defense of coverage you're in and things of that sort. But this adds a little bit more realism to the game, and I'm all here for it. I just don't know why they did not showcase this. It's kind of weird that they didn't. Now, every single year, they always preach about physics-based tackling. No, the hell not. This game has been far away from physics. Now, if they're talking about weighted physics, that is not a thing as well because they haven't proven to me that there's weighted logic physics based off weight and size. It's still not there, people. I cannot get over the fact that power running backs cannot bully DBs. It frustrates the hell out of me. But aside from that, physics, when it first was implemented in Madden 13, carried from Madden 13, the original Madden 25, and then for some reason they took it out of Madden 15, brought it back in Madden 16, 17, and 18. Through those 3 years, they polished it very well with it, with the transforming from physics and animations or animations scripted to physics. That's what you want to see. But outside of that, what the hell happened? There is no physics space whatsoever in this game. Everything is scripted animations. Now, they talk about AI blocking logic. Dominate the trenches. Really? Are we going to be able to dominate in the trenches? Is the gameplay mechanics for ID in the mic, sliding, double team blocking going to work properly or not? Because people are still able to manipulate blitzes, sending less players to glitch through the line, which is called nano blitzing, and also just piss poor gameplay mechanics that's not working properly. Now, the last time where the defensive line was probably the best time to use our D line, and when moves actually matter, pass rush timing was quicker, and you can literally get through and make plays, was Madden 21. Madden 21 sliders for that was probably one of the best and greatest pass rush moments, especially if you like to use our D line. That version of that game to use our D line was the greatest of all time. Prove me wrong. Now, this was absolutely terrible. As you guys can probably tell, this running back is on the left side hash marks. Looks like he's close to the sidelines, as you guys can see a little bit of the number by the defender. But the defender was coming straight at the running back, and the running back jukes, and he gets scripted into this fake out animation like he got juked from the side. Like, why would they show this? This is Madden in a nutshell. Do people that make these gameplay trailers not look into what they're putting together? I mean, come on now. I know they have to. Now this has always been the game pointing, but it looked like they took it out for a couple years and brought it back. But just to have the quarterback point at the defender and telling him what I'm going to do, or pretty much exposing him that I'm going to fake you out. I mean, this is probably the lamest thing. Now, when they did implement this animation, it was to pretty much pinpoint who to block, to playmaker a blocker to go and block a defender. The last time I seen this was literally in Madden 25, the original Madden 25 with Adrian Peterson and Barry Sanders. Like, when you're running and, a defender's coming close, they would literally point out in front of them at the defender. They literally added this back in. What the hell? Then you got the new signature animations. I have showcased this. If you guys are following the Discord, once again, the link is down below in the description. But you guys got to see an exclusive gameplay, right, of these signature animations for certain running backs or players that have a certain running form. And right here, they show Pacheco with his kind of angry run, if you want to call it that way. But yeah, it seems like they're going in the NBA 2K route. They want to make sure that these players have their player likeness and signature animation. So they got to go in and motion capture these players running like this, or they probably just take it from a actual replay video and somehow motion capture it. Now, this is great and all. We're getting a little bit more new celebrations, but now it seems like we have new group celebrations. So I want to see on defense, when I get pick six, I want to see the whole team come together and, flex as a group in front of the big TV screen, just like real life. I highly doubt they have the TV screen or the camera to have that happen, but I want to see that. I just want to see all the players run down the field and celebrate together, but I highly doubt they have that in the game. Now, I'm going over the screenshots that was apparently new in the game that they literally sped over in the gameplay trailer, and I have no clue why. But for the most part, most of it is the same exact things that they implemented for College Football 25. This goes to showcase it's a reskin, people. It's just different cosmetic look from NFL and college. So they're telling us that they finally updated the stadiums. So this whole time they never updated any of the stadiums, right? But they continuously showcase in the trailers over the years, the atmosphere of the stadium. I mean, are they updating the banners or updating the title of the game? Like in practice mode where we saw the same year for like 2 or 3 years before they finally updated it. So now we get new mini games. We have more ways to play, or is it the same thing, just a couple new or revamped of the mini games that we already had? Like, come on, EA. Does anybody actually play this? Even in franchise mod, I don't even do this to help boost my players because you get so much attribute points boosted when you're just playing the game. I don't think anybody literally does this unless you're too blind to figure out that you don't get much from doing these minicamp drills. But just to play it, it doesn't hit the same like it did during the PS2 era, especially when you had like a offline, user moment leaderboards where you and your buddies can compete. It doesn't hit the same. Then they have control your receivers, new hot route updates. So, like I said with college football, you're able to re-hot route anybody without having a certain ability. So they're doing it in Madden, and now that based off, receivers' positions, depending, they can literally have any hot route for that specific position or so. And of course, receivers have certain abilities that let them have, you know, all the route trees, but outside of that, you don't need a quarterback to literally have the option to have certain routes to be chosen. So, I mean, this is great and all, but this should have been like this for years. I don't know why it was limited to certain quarterbacks or certain abilities, things of that sort. So, it's just going to make OP plays more glitchier, honestly. Then you have disguise your defense, coverage shell improvements. Really? Are they really improving the coverage shells? Will my deep blue zone cover a goddamn corner route, post corner route that is? There was Madden 23 beta where that literally worked to perfection. And then when they released the game and updated it, it did not work at all. The deep blue would never play the post corner route, even though it's a streak post corner route concept, but he's supposed to play it. And he never does. And is hard flats actually going to play hard flats? I mean, people run the out route, post corner route concept in tights, and they scrum route, and the out route's always open when they have hard flats happening. Then they have user multiple defenders. New switch stick. Where did we have this from? Oh, it was implemented in College Football 25. What's the odds? We're going to copy and paste it in Madden. Guys, come on now. If they're going to do that, of course, damn well, they're copy and pasting animations from Madden to college football. Like I said, they have to adapt certain animations to match certain rules, like the 1 foot inbounds and 2 foot inbounds for college and pros. Outside of that, y'all seeing the same goddamn animation game. Why can you guys not see that? Is it because of cosmetic change? Now, this is the biggest thing I like. Win your way to the top. Online head-to-head leaderboards. Finally, goddamn it, it's going to be fixed, right? So, if it's not going to be based off how many games has been played, or if you played it early, will the win-loss ratio finally matter because it has never mattered in any of the Madden games ever since I was competing. Now, going back to college football, they've done it a little bit different from what I read in the blogs and what they said and what the comp player told me. But, guys, the win loss ratio needs to matter. I don't want to see people on losing streaks or with a horrible loss to win ratio in the top 100. Shouldn't be happening. Now, on top of that, I mean, they have to get your skill based matching, right? You have to match up with the same person in whatever bracket or tier level that you are in. And if you're playing somebody outside of your tier that's higher than you, if you beat them, you should knock them the way the hell down. And you should get boosted hella high in the ranks. Now they got custom route depths, custom pre-play stems. Guys, this is just the route yardage adjustment, exactly like what College Football 25 implemented. So, do you guys see now the reason why EA sped through these new things for Madden in the gameplay trailer? All because it's literally the same things that we're getting in College Football 25. They just didn't want you guys to read those new features because they didn't want you guys to acknowledge that there's the same shit in Madden that's in college football. So, outside of this kind of like positive and ranting, what do you guys think down below in the comments about what you see with Madden? And are you still going to lean towards playing both games or lean towards one or the other? Let me know which one you're going to be focusing on mostly. And once again, if you guys haven't, check out the Discord. Check out the link down below in the description. Join the Discord because, for one, you need to, because we're gearing up for College Football 25 Online Dynasty League that I'm hosting as well. You guys get to chat with your boy and others that's going to be in the league. Just chill, get updated, and get linked to exclusive videos that I do not post on my YouTube channel publicly. Only those that have a link to it are able to view it. So it's on the Discord. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.